I've been trying to work on my YouTuber tone just to kind of get things, ironed out. So here we go. Here's my new intro. Let me know what you guys think of it. What is up, YouTube? Today we have a very special episode of Teammate Review. How was that? Leave in the comments if you thought that was good, if I should, keep that. Look, we're on surf_kitsune, the old classic. I should really be yapping about something cringe. Look, we've got kind of a special episode of Teammate Review here. Normally I would start with a clip, but in this particular case, the experience that I had did not allow for me to have the mental space to be like, oh, I should probably clip this so I can make it into a teammate review. I am going to present to you quite possibly the worst teammate you can have. I know I don't really need a clip to describe this kind of guy, because I know for a fact y'all have the same experience. Why am I so confident about that? Because in the past 4 games of Counter-Strike I've played, I've gotten 2 of these characters on my teams. So, yeah. In absence of a clip, I am going to, just kind of paint the scene a little bit. It's 8 p.m., I got school the next morning, I'm preparing for an early bedtime, and I have just decided, against my better judgment, to solo queue face it. There's the first mistake. Never solo queue face it. You've got to be prepared to mute your entire team, which I did end up doing in this game, and still carry with no info. I want you to ask yourself this. How important is knife round? If you are a normal person, your answer is anywhere between not important at all or, maybe a little important. We lose knife round. It is quite literally the least miraculous knife round. It's just, it's how things tend to go. You lose the first player and then the cookie just kind of crumbles from there. That's how it is. It's knife round. And just instantly this guy is like, how the f did we lose that? Tilted over knife? What? Why? Why are you tilting? What is going on? So yeah, this is the type of guy we're dealing with. Before we dig into the meat here, I gotta give a little bit more context for what was going on here. Alright, so we've got a special character, as you can see. After we lose knife round, we end up in a situation where it is a 2v2, we have the bomb down, we're on B side of Inferno, it's pistol round. This guy, purple, is dead, and 2 people are alive. One of them is holding stairs, so looking for a flank, which it was a pretty good play, because oftentimes CTs will try to get there, they'll treat it like it's a free kill, so you kind of catch them with their pants down, because they'll just walk right into you. The other guy, holding spawn, E-box kind of area. We receive information that both players are coming from the E-box side of things. Now purple, instead of calming to green, who's holding the flank, hey green, they're both E-box. He goes, green, what the f*** are you watching? What are you doing? You're throwing the round. And keep in mind, this guy's dead, and it's a 2v2. So then our first player dies. It's now a 1v2, and this guy is yelling in this dude's ear, you're so bad, you're literally losing us the game. And green, miraculously, while having his ears bombarded with hate, clutches the 1v2. So we are now up 1 round, winning the game. After that, I'm like, yo, we won the round, chill out. And this guy just continues to lay it on. We win the conversion. By the way, we win the conversion in convincing fashion. It's not even close. Again, this dude just will not shut up. At one point, the score is 4-2 and we're winning, and he's still just yelling. Everybody, it's now just devolved to shit. Everybody's just talking over each other. There's no communication to be had in this game, like absolutely none. So this is the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna mute everybody on the team. So for a half, an entire half, I struggle to play Counter-Strike with no info, no comms. I'm already starting to get out of it. Like, it's really hard for me to find mental footing in this game. It is then a 6-6 half. And I'm thinking, you know what? That was a fine half. Surely everybody's calmed down by now. So I, for the second time in this day, make the grave mistake. Unmuting everybody on the team. And oh my god, they're still arguing with each other. And this guy is picking on Blue, who, like, let's be real, is struggling to find impact in the game. He's got 3 kills at the half. You know, he's not doing too good. But this guy, who was one slot above him in the leaderboard, is just laying it on thick. You suck at this game. How are you even on here? How are you not embarrassed to be on here? And it's like, oh my goodness, just like, I've never smelled so much insecurity. It's actually like an unbearable stench of insecurity just wafting through the screen. I'm like, oh my goodness, dude. Are you actually so insecure that you need to pick on this guy so much that you make it impossible for us to play? Like, and he goes, his response is, insecure? This guy has 3 kills. Oh my goodness. That brings us to the topic of insecurity. It's kind of a reoccurring theme on Teammate Review. The way people act usually reflects their insecurities, myself included. So I want to go over a few things here that might reflect some of my own insecurities, just so I'm being fair and honest. Okay, the first and most relevant one is Face It level 7 right here. This guy kept repeating that he was Face It level 7 like it was a badge of honor. Now here's the deal. I'm Face It level 7. I personally am kind of ashamed to be Face It level 7. Look, I'm gonna make it out. I'll make it out someday. I promise. I promise. But for now, you know, it is kind of like a point of shame for me because I don't particularly like being there. I definitely feel like you know, I deserve a higher rank, but that feeling is getting in the way of myself. So I gotta stop feeling that way. I gotta suck it up and just get better. You know, you know how it goes. Anyway, so there's my first, you know, maybe a little potential. We got the Face It level 7. It's just, you know, kind of hiding in the background here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Maybe now you can see it. Okay, and then the next one is he's thinking about free knife, not clickbait. There was a time in my life when I was a high schooler, and I would watch these how to get free CSGO skin videos, and I would enter giveaways and shit. And I actually did win a knife giveaway once. It was crazy. I got a stiletto knife, stained, well worn. Entering knife giveaways is a pretty shameful thing to do. I grew out of it. I don't think this guy has, you know, just this sense. It's just this feeling. This guy enters knife giveaways. Okay, I think those are about the kind of like my insecurities being reflected on here. I think the rest of these I've been pretty strategic with picking them so that they're things that I'm very secure about. Let's continue forward. Starting up here at the corner, we've got I love being a pest. At one point, everybody on the team was reminding this guy, hey bro, like, you're just making it so we're gonna lose. Like, that's all you're doing, right? You're making everybody else on the team play worse because you're so upset that somebody is playing worse than you. And by the way, at this point, this guy only has 200 more damage than Blue, who's at the bottom of the leaderboard. Here's a little experiment you can actually run. I want you to notice when somebody starts talking trash to another teammate. They talk trash to the other team, that's one thing. But if they're talking trash to a teammate, I want you to notice how that person's performance will instantly take a hit. Why? There's kind of the obvious reason that they're taking their attention off of the game and onto this other person. But also, when you insult somebody for performing poorly, once you do something that you see as analogous to their performance, you start to give yourself that same shame. And this happens automatically in your brain. So anytime somebody calls out another teammate, it's just like instant worse performance. It happens like, I would say like 7 to 8 times out of 10 that somebody calls out a teammate. They start playing worse afterwards. But yeah, this guy could not comprehend how he was being a pest. Like, I don't get it. He thought we were going to be on his side or something. None of us were on his side. Next up, it's probably kind of hard to see. This is a book called How to Have a Shaky Relationship with Your Father. This guy has well studied on this. He knows everything that there is to know about how to have a shaky relationship with your father. Interestingly, you would think if you read a book titled How to Have a Shaky Relationship with Your Father, it would kind of be like, oh, you now know what to avoid so you can have a healthy relationship with your father. But no, this guy's got a very unhealthy relationship with his father. He feels like he's a disappointment. This sort of shame and, kind of not being accepted by his parents definitely consumes this man's life. There's nothing wrong with struggling with this. There's nothing wrong with having a bad relationship with your father. I mean, I've been there before. What you have to do is you have to work through it like an adult. And clearly this guy hasn't. Okay, next up, what's going on with the glasses? These are UV protection gamer glasses. Oh, so this is like a level 100 special boy. So like only really like, these types of people are buying these gamer glasses. Look, if you don't read into this too much. If you have these because you want to protect your eyes or whatever, like whatever. I mean, I think it's bullshit. I don't think they work, but not really the most important aspect here. Let's talk about the hair too. We've got this kind of like douchey like soccer guy hairstyle. Why did I choose this? The reason is because I just noticed this trend where guys that don't have a lot of personality or, stuff that is like interesting or that specifically women would find interesting will get these like really douchey haircuts that just don't look good on them. It's like they're just trying to be something that they just can't be. They're trying to mog. So he's got the gelled up. Wait, let me actually add something. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I was gonna put hair gel in here from the beginning, just to kind of illustrate the point. I think that really, I think that balances the composition nicely. I'm happy I reminded myself to do that. Okay, yeah. So he's got the really douchey gelled up hair. It's not working for him. He needs to switch to something different. It doesn't, complement his face shape very well. He needs to talk to his barber and find something that's going to give him a much more dapper look. Oh, and then finally, we've got the depressed Supreme Bart Simpson displate. I don't I don't know how far I need to go into this, except that he's just very tasteless. So yeah, that's what's going on there. I'm kind of worried that maybe this series just comes across as a little bit, sad, doomeristic. We're so unfortunate as a community to be plagued by all of these pests. They keep coming into our games and ruining our fun. But I want to offer a little bit of solace, a little bit of hope, light at the end of the tunnel. How do you deal with a guy like this? Now, I tried to do this in the game, but it didn't work. What you need to do is you need to be loud on the microphone, you need to call a timeout, and you need to say, team, how about we all mute this guy? Everybody right now, let's mute this guy. Let's be better. Let's be bigger people. Mute this guy and then play the game. Communicate, have our comms free of this man. He can talk into the void and we cannot listen. How liberating and great would that be? So just remember, next time you've got a teammate who is going after the bottom fragger, call a timeout and say, hey team, can we all just really quick mute this guy so that we can just play the game like normal people? That's what I should have done instead of muting my entire team first. I should have at least tried to get everybody together. But unfortunately, I was kind of under the impression that everybody was happy with yelling at each other, and I just needed to mute everybody. And to be fair, muting everybody on your team is not like, sometimes that can be the right play. It just wasn't for me. I was not in the right frame of mind to play Counter-Strike without any calls. So, overall, teammate review, this is really a 0 out of 10 teammate. There's no redeeming quality. It's not funny. It's not particularly funny at all. In fact, it's actually just kind of sad and miserable having to listen to this human being exist. It's not, there's no like value or trade-off. Look, if you're out there, maybe you watched this video and it was kind of like looking in the mirror, and you can do things to get better. You have a little self-reflection. Level 7 is not a crown jewel achievement. I'm sorry. For some people it can be. But if you really feel like you're proud of making it to level 7, be proud of it. Don't be insecure and whiny and cry and get mad at other people who aren't at that skill level yet. I don't know what to say. You're allowed to be satisfied with whatever rank you reach and you're satisfied, you know? Like, some people will reach level 10 and they'll be like, yes, I made it to level 10. I know personally, if I make it to level 10, I'm gonna want more. You know, I'm not gonna stop until I get FPL. You know, it's like I gotta keep going. But some people, you know, they make it to level 10, they're like, yes, I finally made it to level 10. Some people, you know, that's level 5. Some people, that's level 3. You know, they got stuck in like level 1 hell and they climbed themselves out. I mean, good for them, you know? Genuinely, just be happy with what you've got, and then you don't have to come for anybody's throat. And guess what? If you didn't do that, the player would have played better. We maybe even would have won the game. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Also, depressed Bart Simpson edits are cringe, and women find you revolting. So don't, you should not do this. The haircut, you gotta change it, bro. Just gotta change the haircut. Stop entering knife giveaways. Have some dignity. Just go, you know, get a job, and then buy a knife, like the rest of us. Thank you guys. I hope you are enjoying this series. I'm really having a lot of fun making it. I think it's new, I think it's refreshing, so thank you guys for sticking around. Check out the links that I got in the description and whatnot. Like and subscribe, you know, all the good stuff. So, yeah, I think that's about it, and peace out.